In professional sports, the biological clock is usually undisputed. By age 30, the human body begins a mandatory decline. Speed drops, recovery slows. Yet even at 40 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo is actively breaking the laws of human physiology. Looking at this timeline of his career output reveals a statistical anomaly. He has amassed 948 official goals, with his scoring rate actually accelerating after his 30th birthday. This trajectory defies standard professional logic. By age 39, he became the first active footballer to reach $1 billion net worth, a level of financial security that typically erodes athlete hunger. His global isolation is equally unprecedented. He is arguably the most famous human being on the planet, surpassing the recognition of the most intensely covered political figures, including Donald Trump. He is a billionaire trapped in a global fishbowl operating an aging body, who somehow keeps accelerating. This human machine is being programmed and operated through a very specific daily protocol. Stripping away the myth of natural talent reveals a clinical obsession with data. Every physical output is measured, monitored, and analyzed using Whoop, a biometric tracking system he wears around the clock. The telemetry from his body is staggering. His resting heart rate sits at 43 beats per minute, placing his cardiovascular engine in the top 1% of the male population. This grid shows his tracking over 646 consecutive days. He maintains a 95% compliance rate, meaning the system almost never powers down. That data dictates harsh interventions. He tracks over 40 daily behaviors: sleep quality, dietary intake, and an ice-cold plunge every single morning. He also uses this data to conserve his aging hardware. Realizing his top-end speed would inevitably wane, he engineered a mechanical shift on the pitch, evolving from a high-energy winger into a hyper-efficient penalty box finisher. He outpaces time through a ruthlessly optimized, data-driven system that removes human error from his physical output. A system this rigid requires an abnormal psychological engine to power it. This obsessive need for control was programmed early in his development. The root code was written in isolation. At just 11 years old, he left his family on the remote island of Madeira to chase a professional contract in Lisbon. By 13, he was a hungry academy kid with no money, reduced to queuing at the back door of a local McDonald's to beg the staff for leftover burgers just to survive. Those years of severe vulnerability forced him to build impenetrable emotional walls. Today, his astronomical fame triggers those same defensive instincts. He calls his total lack of privacy a boring prison where a normal public life is impossible. To navigate this, he insulates himself. He relies on a highly vetted 4 a.m. club, a tiny circle of fiercely loyal people he can call in the middle of the night. One of them is that same childhood friend who stood next to him in the McDonald's alleyway, who now operates as his personal CEO. His psychological engine is fueled by a mutated childhood survival instinct. Even with billions in the bank, the alarms never turned off. Ronaldo's historical status represents a brutal, self-imposed daily sentence. His longevity reflects a system that leaves nothing to chance. The payout for that sentence is etched in gold, quantified by multiple Ballon d'Or trophies, recognizing him as the absolute best individual player on earth. It translates directly to the ultimate heights of club success, locking his name permanently into the history of the sport. The hidden cost of those trophies is agonizing. With nothing left to prove, he still wakes up every single morning and has to actively fight his own mind just to step back into the gym and lower himself into the freezing water. He will gladly hand you the exact map to his greatness. While the map is public, the true barrier remains the discipline to follow it.